Hi and welcome to my channel. So the UK government has confirmed how much you need to be earning to be able to bring dependents to the UK. But most importantly, they have confirmed when these changes are going to come into force. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you how much you need to earn, how you can do to be able to make sure that your salary meets the basic requirements, and also other T's and C's that the government has already announced. So this is something that is very important. If you're already in the UK and you're planning to move your dependents to this country, or you're still out of the UK, knowing that you've got dependents, and when you do move to the UK, it will become important to be able to make sure that your dependents join you in this amazing country. So if you're new to my channel, you're obviously welcome. If you are a returning subscriber as usual, I do appreciate your time and I hope that you're finding these helpful, but most importantly, that you are implementing the things that I'm sharing and you're using this information to help you with your decision making, so that you can choose those jobs that will enable you earn a lot more money, but also make it easy for you to move with your family, because that is what it is about. So if you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity right now to hit the subscribe button below so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. So when exactly are these changes coming into force? And by the way, before we talk about the changes, what are the current rules before the changes come into force? So with the current rules, if you're bringing your dependent to the UK, for example, your spouse, your husband, your wife, your partner, whether you're married or unmarried, it doesn't matter. You need to be earning at least £18,000 per year. This is something that is very achievable for most people, because many of us that are employed full time earn at least that amount of money. So over the last years, it's never really been a massive issue in the UK. But the government has made changes saying that from the 11th of April 2024, you need to be earning at least £29,000 per year to be able to bring your spouse, partner, wife, husband, to the UK in order to join you, whether you're married or unmarried, it really doesn't matter. And by the way, if you're not aware, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below where it's free for you to join. You drop your name and email and you're part of that newsletter, so that I send information such as this directly to your inbox, so you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm for such vital information that is crucial for your personal and professional development in the UK. You're also going to find my contact details on there. It's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address, so that if you do need to get in contact with me, then you've got those details there. I also share information about career progression opportunities, which is something that I'm passionate about, high paying jobs, so that you're not earning peanuts and you're not toiling and working hard in this country with the inability to bring your family. Because with the rent, the inflation rates, the bills and everything, it is very difficult to live alone in the UK without your partner. Is very hard. So again, I share lots of information on here about those opportunities. I also offer one-to-one support. So like I've said, just get in contact with me if you feel that is something that you need and that you can benefit from having that conversation. So like I've said, from the 11th of April 2024, this is all changing. So instead of earning £18,000 per year, which is the case currently, from the 11th of April, you need to be earning at least £29,000 per year. That's not all. After a year or so, they haven't given the specific dates, but the government has said it's going to be about a year or so. After a year or so, from the 11th of April 2024, that amount is going to increase to £38,000 per year, which means that, let's assume that if you're bringing your dependents to the UK from 2025, you need to be earning at least £38,000 per year to be able to bring them. So initially the government had announced that it was going to go straight up to 38,000, but because there was a little bit of protesting regarding this, they decided to change their minds to increase it, in steps. So from the 11th, it's going to be £29,000. But there is something about this that it is important that so that it's not all doom and despair, but there are ways to go around it. Like I always say, when they bring these laws and these rules when it comes to visas and immigration, it is important to look at the kind of like the T's and C's that the government also puts in place. The government has said that this is only going to be for people that are bringing their dependents to the UK after the 11th of April. This means that if your dependents move to the UK before the 11th of April 2024, these would not apply to you. Even when they try to, say, get an extension in the future, they will still only be eligible to show the £18,000. But if you're watching this, by the way, what is your situation? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Are you already in the UK? Are you planning to move? Are you affected by any of these rules, any of these policies? Have you got any concerns? Have you got any questions? Like I say, leave that in the comment section below. Also share this video with your friends, loved ones, colleagues, so that they're aware of these changes. They're aware of these updates, and they're aware of the T's and C's and how they can do to be able to increase their chances of bringing that dependence to the UK. So again, it is for new people that are bringing dependents to the UK after that date. If you're bringing them after that date, if you're not earning £29,000 per year, you will not be able to bring them. And that's why I always go on about high paying jobs, even if there are many jobs that pay a bit higher in the UK. So it's about focusing on those jobs so that you would be able to bring your dependents. So there's something that the government has said, by the way, which is very important. So if you're bringing your spouse to the UK after the 11th of April, you need to be earning at least 29,000 alone. So your salary, you need to be able to demonstrate that you earn at least that 29,000. But when your spouse is already in the UK or your partner is already in the UK, during the extension phase, because remember that by that time, the pay would have increased to 38,000 because it's going to increase by 2025 anyway, you can use your salaries together, which means during the initial application, they're only going to use the salary of the person in the UK, which has to be at least 29,000. And then when your partner moves to the UK and joins you, if they are renewing their visa, you can put your salaries together to make the 38,000. This is something that is very important, which means that if you're renewing and one person earns 20,000 and the other person earns 20,000, you will qualify to renew your visa. That's what they have said. But during the initial application, they are only going to consider the salary for the person already in the UK. So they must earn at least 29,000. There's something that the government has also announced, which is very important that you know. By the way, if you're not aware, I work as an advanced nurse practitioner for the NHS. I have a private career coaching program. I've dropped the link in the description box or the about section of this channel if you want to check it out, where I offer tailored one-to-one personalized and individualized guidance with, getting free visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, career progression, getting into nursing, apprenticeships, how can you be paid to study in the UK, getting to the NHS. They have clinical, non-clinical jobs. Many of these jobs don't require any degree or experience, and they also pay a lot of money. So these jobs can help you to be able to bring your dependents to the UK and meet the salary requirements. As you know, the salary to get a skilled worker visa is also increasing to a whopping 38,000. So again, these are the sorts of jobs that you can be gravitating towards. And I've got extensive experience, supporting with this. And I've had this coaching program for over 3 years now. And so, I have a lot of experience doing this. So if it's something that you're keen on and you're like, hey, maybe I need to have a word, I need to see what I can do. Maybe you're on a student visa in the UK, you're in domiciliary care, you're in a care home, you're looking to upgrade, you're already working for the NHS and you're looking to progress in your career so that you get to earn more, work less, retire early, then like I've said, do get in contact with me. If you just want information about the program, check the description box or the about section of this channel. You'll see that, or you can find my details obviously in the comment section through my newsletter, and then contact me that way. I've also got lots of free resources for you, whether it's that you're looking for financial assistance on what you get as a student nurse in the UK, pathways to become a nurse for free. I've got lots of resources on there. If you check the description box below, you're going to see the free resources section, and then you can go there and just grab whatever it is that is going to help you so that you can be able to progress in your career in the UK. So these are things that are applicable whether you're still out or you're still here, but it's about planning and making sure that you know the path to pursue. So there is also something that the government has said. If you've got savings of at least £62,500, which is a whopping amount, then they can actually bypass the salary of £29,000, which means that if you're unemployed, for example, but you've saved up to £62,500 in your account, you need to show that you've had that money for at least the last 6 months in your bank statements. Then you can also bring your dependents to the UK. The fun thing here is that if you're able to save £62,500 in your account for 6 months, then surely you're going to have a job. So it is very difficult for the average person to save this amount of money if they're not working. But this is kind of a leeway that the government has said, such that if you are having savings and you're not employed for whatever reason because you've lost your job, you can still bring your dependents, but you've got to have 62,500. Also, regarding this, just a tip off, it's not something that has been agreed yet. Some of the people are saying that they need to increase how much savings you need to have to 88,500. That's a suggested amount if the salary does increase to 38,000. So again, this particular thing is something that hasn't been agreed on the government website. Currently it still says 62,500. So we don't know whether it's going to be increased, but either way, for you to have savings of 62,000 pounds in your account, I mean, you've got to have a job. So again, these are some of the changes that have already been agreed. These are already on the government website. These are coming into force from the 11th of April. So what do you think about these changes? How are they going to affect you? This is the time. There's never been a better time in the UK to earn more, to look for better jobs than now. Let me tell you, the carer jobs that we've been doing for years are no longer going to be enough. If you're working as a carer and you're only earning £20,000 per year, you cannot bring your dependents to the UK. So you need to be looking for those high paying jobs. You need to be gravitating towards organizations and opportunities that will pay you more so that you're in this country with your family. Because for all of us, the main reason we're here is that we're able to be together with our families. If you cannot bring your family to the UK, I mean, what is the point being here for most of us? It doesn't make any sense. So again, you need to be very wise. You need to be very strategic. You need to be really smart about how you interpret these, immigration laws. Obviously, I'm not an immigration lawyer. This information is publicly available on the UK government website. If you are affected by any of these rules, the best thing to do is consider YouTube videos like this as just a tip. Go to the government website and go through that information in detail to make sure that you're reading it. It's like kind of hearing it from the horse's mouth, isn't it? There's nothing better. So that you're not kind of going through revised versions with everybody's own interpretation of what the law is. So mind you, like I say, I'm not an immigration lawyer. So mind how you obviously interpret, these laws and these rules. And that's why the government website is the best place for you to check legit information about your personal circumstances. Also, during our live session on Thursday, we'll go through this in much greater detail. We'll go through those jobs that we need to be focusing on now in order to earn more to be able to move independence. That's what the sessions are about. So if you haven't registered, obviously check the comment section and do register so that when we have those live sessions, I can send a link to you and you can join the session live and get your questions answered to make sure you know exactly what you should be doing. I do appreciate your time, and obviously leave any comments in the comment section, and I'll see you in this video right here. I'll see you in this video.